You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto, you! So, you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill. It's even greater than that time 7 years ago. Shih-na, you're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along. A mole, sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time. Ha, very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarazu. That's right. Callisto, you. That's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Then what about your sister? What about Cece? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarazu. Callisto, you, this time you won't escape. For this is the end of the road for you. I don't know, guys. She could still pull out another gun. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarazu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Okay, don't. She's trying to provoke you just like she did Francisca and Edgeworth. Like, that is the scariest part of this lady. She is a really good manipulator. And it's like, I like how it's just kind of subtle. Like, you can obviously tell it's happening, but the game isn't like, she's manipulating them. Like, you can tell, though, that's what's happening. You, I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Okay, wait, she really did have another gun. Why do we keep letting her have guns? Oh no! Okay. Why does she have so many guns? You let go of Kay right now, pal. You despicable. Yeah, it's a gun. Let go of me, you filthy. Yeah. You think I'm a fake, don't you? Someone's got a gun. The game I'm thinking of, I hope, is the same game as you. Only, this one probably won't have such a burning end to it. You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarazu. But that's impossible. My father was the one who created Little Thief. Yeah. Oh, that game has an ending, to be sure. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarazu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Is it like I guessed and the Yatagarazu isn't one person? Why it has 3 legs? I guessed this before. I guessed it was 3 people. Yeah. You know why that is? Oh, probably. There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarazu... Oh wait. There's 3 main reasons why the Yatagarazu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarazu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarazu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarazu? The real identity of the Yatagarazu is, do I say neither person? Because I'm thinking it's multiple people. The real identity of the Yatagarazu is neither Bryn Faraday nor Callisto Yu. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarazu. Okay. Haha! How very perceptive of you. No way! The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarazu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth, no. I refuse to believe this. The Yatagarazu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarazu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarazu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system, like a detective would. Oh no, wait, I guess a prosecutor. Never mind. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Yatagarazu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever. Does someone else have a gun? Why are there so many guns here? We need to stop having guns in this room. This is Yatagarazu on Yatagarazu violence. Detective Bad. It was only natural for the Yatagarazu to never leave evidence behind. I know, they're all law enforcement, they all have too many guns. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarazu? You? I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 years. 7 long years. But I've finally got you. Haha! Why Detective Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Ha ha ha. Why indeed? It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop! You? Okay. Whoa, wait, what? It's over, Shih-na. Oh my gosh. Your leg! Like, Lang's cool. Like I said, Lang's cool, but also he's intense of a person. Agent Lang. Yeah. You idiot. What were you thinking? Jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her. Not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that? Ha, that's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Why doesn't Lang have a gun? Yes, I am back. 90410-505. Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? Hey sis. Yes? I want you to conduct a full body search. Shih-na might have another weapon on her. She has a gun too. That's good to hear. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance please? Sir. Hey, I found something. What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle. This is a great find, Detective. Huh? It is, sir? Sure. Let's try pairing up with the blade of this handle. This one, right? Would be Okay. I believe that this blade actually belongs to the handle that was on the murder weapon. Yay! They fit together perfectly! This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. Yeah, I'm gonna go return this Bobbly's knife now. Alright, I trust that you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Poliano. Bobbly's knife handle given to Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, we're clearing out that inventory. Nice. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you. Yes, great music. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Ko-chan's murder. Ha! Which means that you must be Mr. Ko-chan's killer. Yes, it's such great music. You killed Mr. Ko-chan with the Albustinian knife. He just falls. I'm sorry, that didn't look like a stabbing. That just kind of looked like him falling. Switched the handles, and then took the original blade of the Bobbly's knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open stage theater. Or, open air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up? You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? Why do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was also I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewaterland, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out you were on the trail of the Yatagarazu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Ko-chan's murder on me. Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight, so I thought to use you. But pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. I think like Kay mentioned that that her mom was just like in a different country or something, so we'll probably never know. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me. The true Yatagarazu. Hey, there's no I in team. That was where you went wrong. We super do not know who Kay is. Oh. Oh man. Oh, I was like, I was gonna be confused. I was like, is there a twist in Kay's identity? But yeah. I mean, maybe she's just on study abroad, you know? You were gonna take away Little Thief from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. Then the person who stole the Yatagarazu's key was Mr. Faraday? You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarazu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarazu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Ko-chan? Then, the real ringleader is still out there, pulling the strings. Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. I still have a bullet in my leg. He like still is definitely is shot through the leg. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. You understand, Shih-na? I guess I should tell you, then, that I was the one who set the Bobbly's embassy on fire. And why did you do that? Aha. Yeah. If only it was that easy. True. Defensive arson, everyone. I suppose it was destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. Then why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's a movie that I've never seen before, but apparently had a lot of influence in the horror movie genre. That's a bad joke, sorry. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait, I mean Miss Shih-na. Thank you, Blue Pulls. You're my hype man. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. Kay is a saint. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. Also, they're gonna be evidence, aren't they? They're gonna be the same as, yeah. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. They're gonna be like the same sticks as these. The ones holding up the passion flowers. And we're gonna be like, wait a second. And it's gonna be important later. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. Interesting. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang? Mark my words. I'm not done here. And I'll be back. Tonight? And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything. Because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot. But I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. I don't want to see that, no thank you. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. Yikes, this guy is too intense for me. It's finally over, Kate. Is it though? There still seems to be a major problem here. So I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. Nothing's over until it's over. Unless the credits are scrolling, I'm not done. The person who was giving her all these commands. The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed. The person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They might be important evidence you'll need later. True. What about fake credits? I'm a fool. I haven't considered that. They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jamming Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There is a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks. Ooh, sounds interesting. I would like fake episodes and stuff for your Muse K. Also, there's soil on the ends of these sticks. Like I was saying earlier. Very cool, very cool. Have to send more about that soon. I only got that because I've been like, I've had these flowers in my evidence box for too long. They gotta be important somehow. Oh, yeah, I guess it's about that time already, huh? Our world, oh. Yes. So, it's midnight, the dawn of another day. 2 days remain. The moon gets closer. Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. I'm sorry, that's what that made me think of. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It's going to rain. Going to rain. It was almost down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. I mean, shouldn't he go to jail now? Like, we discovered he was also a thief. But everything we did, we solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring the Yatagarazu were chasing after. The legend of that Yatagarazu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. Which one? I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also part of the Yatagarazu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Do not know that reference, 90410-505? Uncle Bad. Unfortunate. Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Monster card. Interesting. Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad? Wait. No, you are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I would like to ask you about the Yatagarazu. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you. These are... You're the one who stole my papers? I can't believe it. Bad took my papers. The insult, the betrayal. The pages from my KG8 case files that the Yatagarazu stole from my office. Huh? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. Yep, Nani? So the Yatagarazu who stole into my room was you, wasn't it? Was it? Wait, then that means what? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true. Even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident. It was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Mr. Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Mr. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. So then did you steal it? You was the elder sister of the victim in that case. That's what I'm confused about though, because she said that her personality as you was also a facade. Or is she lying as a way to kind of cover her own emotional pain of that? When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. Eat the rich. That's how we formed the Yatagarazu and vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings the companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano group. Mr. Amano's conglomerate? We called ourselves the Yatagarazu, and flexed our collective muscle. Just flexing. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warden to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then, it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity, and then you didn't, so I could have something to solve. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart. And Faraday, he died for it. But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG-8 incident? After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG-8 incident, CCU, was an only child. She never had a sister. Gasp. What? And that means this is a reverse twist from a certain game I know. Usually someone has like a secret sibling. This time someone had a secret not sibling. What? Then that means Shih-na wasn't the only fake name she used. I mean, she outright told us that. Callisto U was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring. So wait, what was the point of setting up the Yatagarazu then? She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Why did they start the Yatagarazu then? What was the point? Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of the case file, please use it wisely. A trump card? That photo we stuck on there? Try peeling it off. It's a peel-off sticker. They gave me a sticker. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's the mark of the Yatagarazu, but why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Cochin had on him at the time of the KG-8 incident. 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarazu? Yeah, they didn't exist yet. The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarazu was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Oh my goodness, there's another Yatagarazu? Apparently, order from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after burning it. Oh, after eating it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. Ink. So you mean the cards were written in Bobbly's ink? That sounds like a poor business model. Why would you send your instructions in the item you're smuggling? The fact that the card that Cochin was sent made it into Mr. Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, yeah, that's hubris, we would send a card along with it to the police. And also just ridiculous. So that's what those white cards are. Like, this does not make sense. This smuggling ring should have gotten taken down years ago. They kind of are trash at their job. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. So, and one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. What is this, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important, definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us, 10 years ago, was a man by the name of Ernest Armano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case. See, Armano should have taught his kid how to not stronghold his dad for money using a kidnapping case. If he hadn't done that, his dad would never have gotten figured out as hiding evidence. This video. Wow. Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem even though he was caught up in the ringleader's web, in the ring's web, Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday. And the video was his insurance. That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence. Then, that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarazu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman. The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them. Oh, have a good time lurking. And the one you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is, whether you use them or not, is up to you. Oh man, are you saying that using illegal evidence and abiding by evidence law matters now? Apollo Justice would like to have some words with you. He's got your standard video game pocket. You could fit anything in there. It's like a bag of holding, but pixelated. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad. There's no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. That is a lie, okay? You cannot tell me that there is not a limit to the law, because that's just hogwash. You still insist that, even now? You really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gunshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarazu. Pops? Don't ever lose your detective spirit. Like, if you say there's no limit to the law, then there would not be, like, reasons why we have things outside of the laws or needs to amend it. Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. No, his emotional involvement is what makes Gumshoe great. Now let's go. Yes, sir. Oh man, our cast is down to 3. Is this really the end of a legend? No. Kate is right there. How dare you insult her? Oh my goodness, we're saving that data. Data being saved. Thanks. Oh no, Gumshoe returned. Woo! So, now we know who the Yatagarazu really is. And yet, there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like how the weapons crossed country lines, for example. It was in the baby. The Steel Samurai baby, that was what they were in. Yes, one more member of the crime-solving clan. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Oh, unnecessary evidence has been removed. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape detective Bad gave us. This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Maybe it's related. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us. Sure thing, sir. Ba-bum-bum-ba-dum. Mr. Cochin, he's got a knife. Oh, this man. It's Manny Cochin. And he's holding a knife in his hand. What have you got? A knife! No! This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building. Uh-oh, the dogs are barking. An apartment building? How do you figure that? I'm so sorry, I can't stop the dogs from barking. Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment. So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building. At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed. However, no one could find it. Yes, somehow, someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Hermano. I mean, possibly like you did that? Or maybe someone else involved? I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it. But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader. Where? Wait, what was that? I couldn't tell because I'm seeing it from like way far back. Huh? That bit you played just now. Please show it to me, again. A car. This car. This is something we cannot overlook. Oh, it's Cadopian car. Why is that, sir? Look here, Detective Gumshoe. Is it the flag? Say the flag. Oh wait, no wait, is there someone in that car? Is that a shadow of a person? Take that. Nope, maybe that's not a person. Whoops. My bad. I am seeing people that aren't there in the picture. Then maybe it's the Cadopian flag. Take that. This is the national flag of the Principality of Cadopia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know that this has to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there? Yeah, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. So you were here all this time. Oh, I don't trust you, old man. Ambassador Alba. In fact, since like we finished all the U stuff, I'm gonna get rid of the Shih-na stuff and just old man. There we go. Ambassador Alba. Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. If only I was even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry. This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, I don't know how to say that. Cuss. You couldn't chase after a simple thief. Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for you two. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that? Excuse me? I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. We were in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away, so I hope you can understand how I feel. Yeah, maybe it was this guy, because if you remember, they switched the statues, which might seem counterintuitive, like, why would you want to give the real statue to the other nation? But if you can claim that the other country was meddling in your affairs and tried to illegitimately get the statue, you make a really good compelling case for like a forced assimilation where you're on top and any other person of power in the other nation gets nothing because you've kind of thrown doubt on all of them. Yeah. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why don't you leave the rest to the Augustinian and Babalese police? Ambassador, we are so close, just a little more and... Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right? And that's true, however, as he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Albastian soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends? Hold it. Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Shifu, this way. We didn't leave the first room. Why did he have to search for us? We've been in the same place this entire time. Yeah, F, he's back. My throat. Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang, why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case, no matter what. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. And don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and look, like he's got like a Pinocchio nose. I can't trust this man. He's a Pinocchio man. Grrr. My leg? Oh, Lang's leg. Probably not doing too well. Grr. Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. Maybe Lang is so much of a wolf that he just like bit off his leg. In a huge alpha moment, he's just like, I'm gonna chew off my leg so I can investigate. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable. Let me give you some dots. At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close. Oh no, he's laughing. He caught the U. Ambassador Alba. I get it now. I really do. No. Yeah, I'm very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is, I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder. You know? The killer? Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Wolves don't lie. That's a fault. That can't be true. I mean, I know dogs, and my dogs lie all the time. Then who is it? And a wolf is just a dog that's more feral. I assume that feralness will add extra lying ability. Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Kochen's murder. Yep, absolutely lie. That was all Shih-na. Nope. I believe Shih-na when she says she didn't murder him. Lang Zi says, truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damask 2's killer? Humph, I'll tell you who. What? No, you can't blame Francisca. This is an outrage. I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. You can't blame Francisca like that. You cannot come in here and disrespect Francisca von Karma like that. I was the killer? Yeah, alibi time. Hey, wait, but that's impossible. Yeah. Although that whip is actually quite... Yow! Hold your tongue and that ludicrous remark you were about to make. Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am. Wait. Okay, wait. Maybe Lang is doing this to try and stall. Like, he knows that if he gets someone in Interpol accused of murder, we can't just stop. We have to keep investigating. So maybe he's not maybe he doesn't really mean that. Maybe he's just trying to stall. He doesn't appear to be joking. Hey sis, remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech? He called you into his office, right? Yes, he did. Well, what does that have to do with anything? I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Albehast and Babel, did you not? Objection! And where is your evidence that I am the killer? I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? And Alba's gonna accept because he's like, yeah, you know, you're not blaming me. With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Because he can't. Because if you have a direct suspect, then it seems like he's purposely trying to hide the information. And I bet if we went for... Good. Then let's move out. Oh, don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. As if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. She seems rather upset. Not that I blame her. I expect that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that. Yeah. Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's mess. I guess I should. The more the merrier. Especially when it's the peanut gallery. Oh, in that case I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Albehest yet. If you let Kay in, then you've got to let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Karma's in trouble. Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay? Okay. Yeah, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and raring to go. As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over. Sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride. Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. Is this the last chapter? I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go. Yeah, it's your career on the line. I mean, unless Francisca loses, then she's just going to jail. Alright. Okay now. Let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Albehest's ornamental knives. And then the body of Damask II, Mr. Kashino, was found here in the Albehestian ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this prima duck statue. And this is actually Babel's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off. Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying? Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious. You were the one on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you can find. And so, while people were distracted by the Yatagarazu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire. Objection! Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons? Don't worry. I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. You have permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across country lines. Hey now. Oh, he caught her whip. Wild. Look, sis. I thought I told you. I'm not messing around here. Yeah. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring. But Shih-na certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. He's written saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring may not be deeper than what any of us can imagine. Grr. Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already. Francisca, you need to calm down. Because you only know the facts of the Augustinian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it. What? Don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh my goodness, this story's going wild. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damask II. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation. As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis. Oh, the front door flew open. Then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do. Yeah, gonna update the autopsy report. Lang will never see it coming. #1 rule in the book. Come on, Mr. Prosecutor. Let's get started. Yes, let's.